Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome back to some more Grim Dawn. I have looked up where Ferros the Rotted is so I can go find him, and he's over here. I think I must have skipped him when I did the Burial Hill entrance, is my assumption. It is really satisfying just running at these guys and having them explode, but I think he's kind of vaguely in this territory. I might have also just walked past him. There he is. He's in here. Alright, well that was nice and easy. So next up, where the heck was the, where was the door? I don't remember where that door was. Or maybe I do, actually. It might be this thing up here. Problem is I don't actually know which region that's in. Oh, we can just warp around. Let's try Foggy Bank. At the very least I can like walk up or down from here. Oh, it's just up. Perfect. So I think I just run up the road and go over there. Oh. But it's on the other side of the bridge. You know what? Maybe we just fix the bridge. Because there's no reason why I can't. Otherwise we just go to the Burwitch outskirts, waypoints, and that's good enough. Like, 5,000 scrap or 5,000 iron bits is nothing to just repair it. Well, I was besmirching the idea of that. Pretty sure these guys are worth like 0 experience, so they're not really worth my effort. Yeah, I think it was over here. And then I should probably go bring the thing to Duncan. Yeah, because it was here. It was across the way, and then through the door. Yeah, now that I'm the correct level for this. Alright, let's go fight the guy. Because last time he kicked my ass, but I was like many levels below him. Now I am... I guess I'm 1 level shy. If he kills me with that power difference, I'm going to be shocked and a little upset. Makes me want to play more hack and slash action RPGs where you're not human. Okay. The Voidbringer is 25. Ow. Okay. Is it that it scales? Yeah, because these guys are just 23 now. Well, that's an interesting thing. Guess I'm going to drop that down just in case I do die. It might reset. Okay. Let's see. Do I have any good equipment? Another gunslinger's jacket, 2 of them. Thank you. Yeah, because that one gives a lot of armor, but I thought there was a better shoulder pad that did I put it away? I must have put it away. Or maybe I decided against it. Yeah, I really want to use the Gutworn's Bloody Seal, but I can't yet. I'm not seeing anything that would make a huge difference here. Okay, well, my damage is good. Yeah, so we'll just investigate this entire region first. Be interesting that this scales so much. Can't complain though. Because that means it can kind of come back. So is this supposed to be the roguelike, one of the roguelike dungeons? Maybe. Ooh. Okay, potion up. Ow. Okay, there goes another one. Okay, I think we're good. I think we are good. I was not expecting that to be nearly that tough. Okay, wait for my potion to come back. I also, yeah, should just be using my charge a little bit more aggressively here. Okay, yeah, was not expecting that to suddenly punch me in the face, but hey, here we are. Yeah, are any of these better? Because you have this shield. Damage, converted to... Nah, it's like retaliation damage, some other things. I think it's mostly, do I want to lean into... Well, I should probably get this. Because that's a lot of armor difference. Go back. Go, rest and heal. I really miss the torchlight dog. I'm shocked that that's like such a normal thing. Oh. Okay. There's a fire in your eyes and blood on your clothes. Did you put those tainted men down? Tell me, how did it feel? Regret, these people once lived. I am paying for a lecture on conscience. These things are abominations. Abominations that killed my wife, Annabelle, and turned me into a cripple. The only way I can get back at them now is by paying someone like you. If you want more iron, skip the morals and kill me some more dead. Here's your pay. Okay. A lot of money. Killed scores of the shambling dead, but I think you can do better. The aether corruption created some truly monstrous mutations in the dead. Or a tale from the Burwitch survivors that witnessed a horrifying transformation with their own eyes. Balros and Hagra, they was fine folk, ran the boarding house up in Burwitch. That is until the aether got them, turned them into things you only used to see in nightmares. Those that got away spoke of bloated flesh and blades of bone. I cannot even imagine it. Word is, they chased the survivors as far as the moldering fields to the south of Burwitch. Go out there and hunt them down, then tell me of the slaughter. I'll make it worth your while. Already dealt with them. What was it like? They were a horrifying sight. I ended it quickly. Less guts in you than I reckoned, but at least they're still inside you, not spilling out on the road, eh? Here's some of your iron. Okay. Oh, this guy's selling stuff now. I think he's just salvage. Yeah, anything that is green, I think we can just sell. Oh, metals. There's also runestones. That's a bonus for pets. I don't think we care. What about this one? Ooh. Sure. And finally lose the meat hawk. Let's see. Most of this stuff is kind of nothing for me. I also don't need this many gunslinger coats. Even if I am planning on passing them down a little.
See you around.
Alright.
Got something you need stashed?
Okay, so store all the consumables. Auto sort items, switch back here. Move those over. At some point I'll do a playthrough with a bunch of these things, and somebody's going to be really happy for it. Yeah, it's like the retaliation damage just isn't really useful for this guy. I don't think any of these are amazingly good at this point. Okay. Royal Jelly Essence. I haven't even figured out how to craft stuff yet. Okay, so I've still got some points. I think I am going to get into Nightblade. Okay. Trying to remember, what did I want? I think we do want this one. And yeah, do I want to go for the flat piercing? Sure. That'll give me a little bit. Okay. And a little bit of cunning. Let's actually just keep putting it in physique. My damage already feels pretty good. The main issue is just that... Okay, good. We're still here. The main issue is I just want to have a ton of health. So that I don't get one-shot by things. Because if I have some base protection against that, we're going to have a much easier time. Okay, I think this is as far as I went. This is the door that locked me in. And then these were the guys that kicked my ass. Oh, boy. Damn. Level 27. So for whatever reason, that is always scaled to be tougher than me. Interesting. Well, means we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so we want to go back to Burwich outskirts, because we want to go bring the hammer to Duncan? This guy. Okay. Persuaded Angrim to part with it. Here you go. I'm impressed. Angrim's a tough man to convince of anything, but I'm glad it didn't have to come to blows. Thank you all. I'll do much good with this. Will you join me in Devil's Crossing? Yes, of course. First, I must complete my work here. Now that I have my master's forging hammer, I'll be able to provide these people with quality equipment. See you in Devil's Crossing when I'm finished. I promise. Okay, then I guess all we have to do is just go back to the Warden Cellar. I don't think there's anything else. Nice to get everything done. Back to being big beastie. Once again, just the silliness of it just doing a swift boot to the barrel. There we go. And yeah, there is still the light temptation at some point. I could do that. I'll have to look into, I'll have to look at how this game handles, like, build crafting and whatnot. Just thinking of the idea of respec and whatnot, which is apparently pretty easy to do. Apparently both in this and Path of Exile, thanks to the people that chimed in on that one. So yeah, maybe I will give Path of Exile a shot at some point. All I know is that every time I try to, the viewership on it is a little eh. But now that I'm doing series for Wonder VODs, I don't care as much. This is very much just as much for me as it is for, like, YouTube metrics. Hey, these suckers are tough. Okay, I think I want to kill this guy. Because whatever that eyeball thing is, needs to not be here. Okay, blueprint the eye. Just realized I probably have... let's see. Buffs are automatically activated. Oh, okay, so I don't even have to turn this on, it's just there. Yeah, so we might want to invest a fair bit into Veil of Shadow. Anything that slows my enemies down tremendously. Seems like it's going to be extremely good for my ability to survive here. There we go. Unfortunately, this area is kind of a massive maze. But we do want to go through it as much of it as possible, as I do not want to be underleveled. The boss fight, I remember, is stinky. And we also have, like, little secret areas like this. That have some nice little goods in them. Hound's Bite. It feels like something I should be using. I'll have to look into it. Yeah. That does poison damage. So it's actually not that good. Oh, first set bonus. We gain a bunch of armor, physique, health, and resistance. And then the set is quite good. Mistwalker leggings is... Oh, it's the same. Explorer's cover. So I do have the Explorer's foot pads. Yeah, I'll throw it on. Because, yeah, 8% total speed is kind of good. I don't know if I care about the rest, but speed is nice. Because I believe speed is going to affect both, movement speed and attack speed. Look like I can get through here? Nah, I can't. I wish the mini-map was just a little broader, covered a little bit more. It only seems to really cover my, like, immediate environment. This isn't too bad, but a little bit more. Oh, keys for quest? Eh. There might be some way of, like, scaling up the UI, but eh. Okay. Grab these, and I think we're good, so now we can go back. I just don't want to miss any of the, like, shrines or any of that sort. Even though, realistically, I don't think it's that big of a deal if I miss something down here. I can always come back. This place is damp. Let me see. I was just mentally sent back briefly to, when I was a kid, running through the first couple acts of Diablo 2, just farming for rare drops and equipment and stuff. And something about running through here again kind of reminds me of that. I'm glad I'm a considerably more competent gamer nowadays, where I generally don't have to do that. Sometimes I do, but not as often. It's out the other direction. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, you know what? I think I haven't done that yet that I should. We probably have some devotion points that would help me. Let's go stand here. Because, yeah, okay, I have some points. So we're looking for things that give me bleed. Okay, but they require some base affinity. So that is a chance on attack. A cast of Celestial Falcon swoops down on your foes, dealing damage. And bleed. A lot of bleed. Lot of bleed. So that's an option. Vitality and bleeding damage. Vitality bleeding. Vitality decay. And chance on attack for Twin Fangs. So I think the bat is worth it. For now. Because we get both the bat and the fox. And the Night Talon. Night Talon seems to be bleed pets, so we might leave that. The stag's got a bit of physical and bleeding. That's not bad. And then this guy, Berserker, requires a lot, but also has a lot of bleeding. But yeah, let's do this. So it starts with this one. Oh, do I put that onto something? I see. Bound to feral claws, so 20% chance on feral claws to do 2 projectiles that do damage and convert to health. Okay, that's cool. It's been a while since I've done anything with any of those. I also want to look into some survivability. Yeah, okay, that's a good proc. Well, it certainly feels like I'm in a good position to just shred through much of this dungeon. Okay. A lot of stuff lightly in my way, but hardly an issue. And yeah, maybe I don't need to farm out here too hard. Okay, nice little feast waiting for me. Not much of anything useful, though. Yeah, just a lot of these guys. Yeah, I saw somebody talking about going for, like, a ranged berserker. Because, yeah, the dual weapon fighting does not actually require melee. I like the idea of that. I don't know. I'll keep thinking about, like, various weird builds to go with on this one, but I think I'm just going to lean hard into werewolf since it's new. Even if it is the traditional thing to do. Let's see. Where am I at? I don't know, I'm just thinking about the fact that I now have these, like, little procced bat fangs. Actually quite nice. Okay. Anything here worth anything? No. I don't actually think that any of that area is actually worth looking into. It's just a matter of what is over here. Spiders. I keep going this direction, we might find Shelob. Right, I do have the dash. I'm gonna remember that. There we go. Unfortunately, I feel like this is one of those games that I almost kind of need like a random topic to just ramble about. A lot of the moment-to-moment gameplay is walking to and from and wiping a guy out. Or, well, a mini guy. Which I think is both a kind of strength and a curse for the hack-and-slash action RPG genre. Blessing because it is fun wiping through hordes and hordes of enemies. Curse because, well, I guess for me as a creator, it's not exactly the most... how would I put it? It's a lot of empty space. The most interesting decisions that I can make are here, kind of. Okay, well, while I would like to start looking into the Nightblade a little bit more, I think I do want to get my talent tree. Let's see, I want to get my talent tree maxed out so I have access to the final perk. Because it is extremely good. Yeah, I looked it up and I think it was like near 300 points that you can get over the course of a playthrough. So I've got a fair bit of runway, but even then I'm going to be somewhat limited by certain things. Because there's always going to be more talents that I'd maybe like to invest into. And can't. But then again, maybe that's fine. If you can get everything, it becomes boring. It's neat, you know, being like, whoa, I've got every ability ever, but like on the flip side, do you want it? Is that meaningful? I have that problem with a lot of games where it's like incremental games especially have this problem where they just kind of give you access to everything after a little while. You just have to farm enough for it, and it just always feels so boring because then I'm not making any meaningful decisions. And also because a lot of those talents or traits and things that you get access to are kind of bland. It's like more damage. Okay. Let's see. Whereas here, because I only have so many points, I am suffering a little bit from choice paralysis. Damn. There's a lot of these guys coming from all over the place. But I have choice paralysis because it's like, okay, well, I only can allocate so many points total. You know, which of these are actually meaningful. But also, then again, having the safety knowledge of like, no, I don't actually have to strictly limit myself to this stuff is, well, okay. I'm not locked in, but I can actually back out and be like, never mind, that didn't work. I just don't know when I actually get the ability to do that. Dang, we have a lot of these. Well, if and when I want them. I was hoping I'd find a waypoint in here. I've been trying to do kind of a small tradition with where I live. We've got some really lovely fireflies that I was about to say spawn. Well, I guess they kind of are. But they show up in a nearby yard. So we like to go look at them. It's not super weird because it's like an apartment complex. And so like, there's no feeling of like, I'm just staring into somebody's house and yard. I mean, I am, but it's like 5 different somebodies. And so it's not as strange. I just need a good fast travel point so I can get back. Oh, we're actually about to find one. Perfect. Yeah, I think this is one of the longer stretches I've ever gone without actually having one of these. Sick. Alright, I am going to go bless my eyes with some cute bugs. I'll be back. And as expected, the fireflies were lovely. It's kind of cool out today, so it actually wasn't as, let's see. Warden's laboratory, there we go. They weren't as active as they usually are. On really warm nights, the fireflies are really, like, rising and falling as they're, let's see. Rising and falling as they're, blinking and whatnot. It's really lovely to watch. On cooler nights, they're much more, like, reticent. Some will still do the rise and fall, but a lot of them will just kind of float comfortably, and blink a little bit and then go back to floating. Because I'm assuming just hotter weather makes it easier to blink or float or both. But not exactly the most graceful of bugs. Cute though. Kind of. I think if you like actually look at them, they're pretty ugly. At least the one that like managed to sneak into our apartment in Kansas, back when I lived there, one had somehow snuck its way in and was upset because, you know, fireflies are bugs. They don't belong in apartments. It didn't know where to go, and there was nothing else to blink at. And it was also huge, but that was like a different kind of firefly than what we usually get around here. So, I don't know. It's just really ugly, though, looking at it. Okay. I don't actually know which of these paths is kind of the correct one. We might as well grab everything. I probably should read the lore notes before we're done. Reading on camera and reading aloud in general is like much harder on my voice than anything else. Which is a surprise. Like even voice acting isn't as bad as just reading a long lore note. But like I probably should because I think there's probably important lore information hidden away in some of them. Okay. There we go. I mean, we're having no problems just ripping through these guys. I guess, do we just keep leveling my physique? Yeah, I kind of want to. Until we run into something that tells me otherwise. Okay. And yeah, we want to get to this. There's a couple other ones here that could be useful. You chance on critical attack to reduce cooldown of Rip and Tear by 0.8 seconds, which, like, is kind of nice. But no. I think we just want to get to Bloodborne for the flat bleed damage and massive bleed damage and duration scaling. Because I can only imagine that that's going to be a huge power boost when we get there. And then we also don't have to worry about putting any more points into that mastery. It can just kind of invest in what we want. What we want, when we want, where we want, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I don't need to fight them. Like, these guys are kind of quickly becoming a little low. Let's see. As far as, like, experience rewards go, okay, if there's 300 points, that probably means the maximum level is like 100 or so. I wouldn't be surprised if the max level didn't go up a little bit now that we have another DLC to raise the cap. But I've not looked too deeply at what's in this expansion, to be honest. Namely because, like, well, I have to get there first, and that's a trial in and of itself. And then once I've gotten in, then I will care. Okay. Oh, this loops back? This is something. Where does this go? I don't think this is particularly meaningful, relevant. Okay, dude just did not want to hit. I guess I really should look into the WSD controls. Really? That was it? Nothing else here? Just a weird shelf at the end of a corridor and some treasure chests. Okay. Oh, compass map toggle. Oh, well, I can make it bigger. I'll take it bigger. I wanted to look into, once again, classic targeting. Move to breaks combat. Auto loot radius. Corpse persistent. Quick spell right mouse. Big player health bars. Oh, movement type. Classic. Keyboard. So this might actually be... Did it not work? Keyboard. Keyboard movement plus mouse targeting. It doesn't seem to be working. Oh, it just adds the extra things. It doesn't actually give me any new... I mean, I can. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Let's give this a shot. Because, yeah, this is going to be... Split my... Split some things a little bit. And then, yeah, I can use my right click to still activate abilities. Main reason for this boils down to... Oh, you know what? Other thing I could do. Control. Nothing is using tab. Map window. Push to talk. Oh. There we go. Okay, so now I can just press tab comfortably to pull up the map whenever I want to. Okay. It's a little clunky, I'll admit. But I think it's going to work better than what I had been using. I'll have to take a look at maybe the controller controls at some point. Yeah, especially if I'm going melee with this guy, going controller is probably easy. I think it's harder with a range. It's even harder with, like, a character that's using a ton of different abilities. I think it worked better with Diablo, but I think it's because, once again, Diablo was built with controllers in mind, or at least later ported with controllers in mind, and thus got a lot more effort put into making controller work. Yeah, it seems kind of dead-end-ish. Nice treasure chest. What if there's a button for looting? I'm just going to check these, because there's the loot filter window. But is there one that just makes me pick up you? Yeah, any kind of button that just makes me loot everything in a small radius wouldn't actually be a bad idea. Damn, there's a lot of these guys. Not really any kind of threat. There's a lot of them. Okay, Girthrin the Betrayed. Okay, so we had a reason to come out here. And the reason was Girthrin. Buddy? It just didn't feel like doing a charge. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, there's all those, like, UI, the, like, open the codex window, little things like that. Nice as those are, I can just find them here in these menus, rather than having a hotkey for them that I'm never going to remember. The weapon swapping, like, that's one thing I could actually see the merits of. Oh, that's nice. If there's an enemy that I click on, I don't just take a swing at them, I will move to them to hit them. Okay. That's a plus. Okay, so the pickup does not work. Damn. Because, yeah, what I wanted was just something really basic of just, like, pick up every item in the immediate vicinity. Because there's auto loot, but the auto loot only applies to... Take care of these things first. The boss is annoying, but manageable. But it's a lot harder when I'm just being wailed on by a bunch of guys from behind. Yeah, so whatever the pickup button does, it doesn't pick up loot the way I'd like it to. It's a downer, but not a big deal. And I should look into my crit chance, since I have a number of abilities that seem to function off of critical hits. At some point. Now this might actually just be the fight. Well, is there anything that I've picked up that would be good? Probably not. Yeah, bleeding resistance and pet bonuses. Yeah, not quite enough to gain a level. Rare component for hand armor. I mean, okay. We can do that. Because that actually gives me a bonus. Rings, amulets, and medals. Physique, armor. And like, maybe. What does Constitution do? Because I don't think I've seen Constitution as a stat. Yeah, because if I'm going to be going into a boss fight, I might as well chuck some things on. Okay, do we have anything else? No, probably not. I think we're good. Well, my self-healing is through the roof. And the bleed damage seems to be pretty good. I wish I could actually see how many bleed stacks he has. Wow, we're just trouncing him. He's not even touching me. Unless there's a phase 2. There is a phase 2. I'm still not concerned by this. Yeah, I guess my decision to go super bleed / like damage to life combo is working immensely well. My only goal is to boost my bleed harder. And maybe a little bit more lifesteal. Because that was actually starting to hurt a little. Is it to the Warden King? Okay, that might be something I want to read. Oh, Warden Krieg. Excuse this crude form... Okay, Warden Krieg. Excuse this crude form of communication. I'm far to the north, and it seems my thoughts are unable to reach you. All future material correspondence, we will use our host names in common human form. And common human language forms. Right looking for a clarification of recent perplexing reports of your conduct. Is it true that you have been incarcerating and tormenting humans? What is the purpose of this? It would seem that your host's predilections are affecting your own behavior. You must bring this under control and cease the superfluous activity. Your role is to facilitate laboratories with a collection of corpses. Limit yourself to the parameters of this task or you will be recalled. It doesn't look like I got anything else from that one, which is a bit of a downer. Okay, Marauder's Justice and some stuff that I guess I can't fit in. Okay, I can move a couple of these things over. Oh, it's a tower shield and armor. Well, I don't think I actually need those items. Because we can just go back to Devil's Crossing.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Okay. Maybe we just sell most of this. Yeah, arcane seal on the ground imbued with destructive force. Admittedly, my hand grips are, not amazing, but not terrible. But this one. No. And I don't use shields. Does give me some bleeding damage. Okay, so that one's actually useful. Yeah, we already have the Mistwalker leggings. Don't care about that. Don't care about these. Don't care about that. Or that. Or these? Yeah, that was like a little bit of bleed damage, but not that bad. Big of a deal. Yeah, so we might actually want to even take off rares and just stick to blues for the time being. Whatever the drop rates are, they seem to be extremely generous. So let's just stick to that.
Is the Warden dead?
I tracked him down and took his life.
The Warden's defeat is a great victory for us, nay, for all of humankind. But there are many more ethereals out there, some much more powerful than Krieg. Perhaps more disturbing, though, there are those of our own kind who would see us dead to take what little we have, or just for the pleasure of killing. Among the innocent who passed through this prison on their way to Krieg's lab were many violent criminals, murderers, and worse. Many of them escaped to the northwest after the grim dawn, forming into ruthless gangs who prey upon drifters still traveling the roads. Since a river separates us and them, they have not been a problem thus far. Except we need farmers to get back to the business of growing food before we all starve to death. The farmland that supplied this region is to the northwest, and we need to secure a hold there. Mornay recently returned from Old Arkovia to the northwest and can give you details on the outlaw situation and what needs to be done. I realize that you have been through much in recent days, but we cannot rest just yet.
I'll speak to him.
So you must be the kid that's causing a stir in my absence. You've done good by dispatching Krieg. I knew that man in life. I dread to think of what he had become as an ethereal.
Captain Bourbon said to speak with you about the outlaws.
Aye, an old mess has come back to finally bite us right in the ass. The river's kept them at bay for now, what with the broken bridge. It seems the bastards have garnered a taste for the one hole in the world they were once so eager to escape. I'm not going to beat around the bush. We're at war, and if we don't take the fight to them, they will surely bring it to us. I'd much rather fight on my own terms. Wouldn't you?
What's the plan of action?
Before we do anything, we'll need to get that bridge repaired. Got men ready to do the work and some scrap to get you started. Just need to provide the remaining raw materials. Once that's all finished, I need you to enter the Arkovian foothills and show those bastards we're not a prize for the taking. Last I saw of them, they were mobilizing for something big across the river. Why don't you head on over there and introduce yourself?
What happened during your expedition in the northwest? I set out with another scout, Elsa, to reconnoiter the lands to the northwest, shortly after we'd secured Devil's Crossing. What we found was a wasteland overrun with predatory beasts, blood-hungry psychopaths, and refugees living in constant terror on the run. The mission together ended when a vicious band of outlaws surprised us in the night. Elsa had argued against having a fire that night, and I was sure we were concealed. I wasn't cautious enough, and she paid the price. Thought I could protect her from anything, but when it came to it, I was felled by a bullet to the ribs before the fighting even broke out. Elsa fought on like a devil, taking down 2 or 3 of the outlaws before they knocked her out. They took her with them and just left me there to die. Couldn't give up knowing those thugs had Elsa. I hobbled and then crawled, trying to make my way back to Devil's Crossing, but arrived only to find that the bridge had been destroyed. I collapsed in despair and thought it was the end of me. I woke sometime later in what remained of a little fishing village on the coast. A band of rovers had found me and treated my wounds. As soon as I could stand, I grabbed a dingy rowboat and made my way back to Devil's Crossing. Be damned if I'm going to abandon Elsa to torture or worse at the hands of those killers. She's all I got left in the world. We need to organize an offensive and every second counts. Do you think you're mixing personal vendetta into this? Grim Dawn took my wife. Elsa's like a daughter to me, and I'm not going to let it take her too. The way I see it, Devil's Crossing needs the situation resolved as soon as possible. I want those scum dead for taking Elsa. Seems our goals align, eh? Very well. So get iron and some scrap. Okay, I'm just gonna keep boosting that. Okay, more physique. Because yeah, the more health I have, the more runway I have on not getting wrecked. Okay, switch back to that. Still haven't figured out what to do with the fabric. Oops. So I guess I'll just keep it there.
I'll keep an eye on this.
I thought there was a quest up in like the northwest. Like somewhere up here that required fabric, but I never did find it. Maybe it doesn't exist and I'm just imagining things. Or maybe I walked past it, I don't know. Not a bad place you got here. Many souls in need of my services. seems we'll be plenty busy. Glad you decided to join us.
Hey, got any more scrap metal?
Okay. So, empowered relics. So tainted brain matter plus these things creates a relic. Physical damage, chance of extra physical damage, fire damage, offensive ability. Ruination. Piercing damage and attack speed. Squall, Inferno, Glacier. Oh, so this is the guy that lets me do all of the weapon crafting. Yeah, so I could make Omen. But it's not bleed, really. It was the eye. So I could make the Explorer's Tunic if I had some dense fur. Oh, that's bristly fur. Okay. It's good, I just don't actually know if I need the 3 set for it. Maven's legs. Dense fur. So I can actually make dense fur. If I want to. I can make an Aether Shard out of Aether Crystal. I guess I'll make a couple. I don't know how good they are. So do I actually want to grab one of these things? Maybe. I think I'd rather wait. There's got to be a better relic than those.
Safe storage, no questions asked. It's safe with me, promise.
And who knows, we might get something else to drop. Alright, well, barring anything, I guess let's go take a look at this.
Ah, we speak at last. As I am sure you know, there are many who now cast their gaze upon you, traveler. Or should I say, taken. Some who mean you ill, some who fear your potential. Then there are those who command me. They have taken great interest in your accomplishments. It appears you may be just the one we require.
Require me for what?
I cannot speak of such things in this place. The cursed gaze of our foes is cast upon us here, so I will be brief. Great powers are gathering within the distant lands of the fallen Corvan people, and the Great Eye has decreed that you must play a part, whatever that may be. Will you answer our summons? Will you join me through the portal? Or do the mortal concerns of these people outweigh the calls of fate?
I have some other matters to attend to first. Yeah, so that's DLC. Okay, repair the bridge to the Old Grove. To the south. Must be restored before you can cross it, although you likely won't make it very far. Yeah, so I don't know what's down there. There's Jarvis. Some person. Here we go. I might be able to go to the south. I guess if we actually check the map, we do world map. Huh. Damn. I feel like this is probably DLC stuff. And there's Malmouth. Yeah, so there's a fair number of things for me to still mess around with if I so chose. Let's see. Chris of Burwich. No idea. Break that, but these guys keep shooting at me from afar, so I guess let's take them out first. Yeah, do I want to clear out this whole area before I go into that big ring? I suppose so. Follow me, I'm not going far. Wait, is green better than blue? Let me double check. Yeah, it turned off rare. Show height of green rarity. Bleed, physical. No, I'm not going to mess with that yet. I'll have to play around with these. Because, yeah, limiting the loot isn't a bad move. Oh, well, we got somebody here to mess up. Edmund Shanks Doyle. Oh, that is nice and easy. You'll pay for this. Darius wants this prison, and when he finds out what you've done, he spits up blood. You'll wish I shanked you dead. Rest in peace, scum. Fair enough. That wasn't much of a trip. Oh, that was it. We can just report back. Really? Well, just go break this thing real quick. Because, yeah, this is a dead end anyway. There goes Rot Eye. Yeah, another Curse of Burwitch. There's more stuff I could mess with, but eh. So what are these? Chaos, Pneumatic Burst. Well, it gives me revenge. It will lose that one component, but I don't think I actually care. They do have a fancy chest in here. Devil touched ammo. Rare component. Yeah, good for a different character that is not me. Okay, do we have anything else around here? No. Stone tusk, some other things. Yeah, I wasn't sure if Elsa was going to be hiding nearby. It is... weirds me out whenever I'm playing these video games and you have like a character named... that shares a name with like a famous Disney princess, for example. Just because hard to talk about them without bringing it up. Stand back, I'm burning the shack down. My family doesn't need to suffer any longer in this horrible world. Is your family in there? Are you insane? Stay out of this, it's for the best. Look, things are bad, but we can't lose hope. What hope is there left? Good people are dying and the world is overrun with monstrosities. We used to spook our children with. I will not have my family suffer any longer. I come from Devil's Crossing. It's safe there. Safe? What's safe anymore? We were safe out here too. Look at this place now. We defend it. There's shelter and drinking water. Please join us. Perhaps this is a fresh start we need. Really hope you speak the truth. Alright, take us there. Whoop. I'm to rob his house. Can't do it. Alright, well. Anyway, I think we're getting pretty much to a good stopping point here. There's obviously more I could do, but episode's gone on long enough and it's also getting very late for me. Just want to squeak in one more episode just so I'd be ready and raring to go for tomorrow. Because yeah, I've been, I don't want to say perpetually behind all week. I have a huge backlog of videos that I can't upload quite yet because I have to upload other things first. You know, new releases and whatnot, and that's throwing me off super hard. But I'm having a good time with this one. I don't know, I knew I was going to love Grim Dawn. I almost feel like I need to have a list of topics to talk about, but it might also be one of those that I actually just sneak in a bunch of streams of this. Because I usually don't stream not much, but I feel like this is one of those games that kind of works well with it. Anyway, I guess with all this said, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.